In today's class, let us understand about a very important and interesting concept in the lesson of heredity, that is sex determination. So what is sex determination? It is a biological process by which the sex of to be born baby is decided as a boy or a girl. Okay? So what actually is deciding the sex of the baby? It is a biological process, as I said, and it is a purely genetic mechanism. So let us understand the concept, how it proceeds. So you know that human beings have got 46 chromosomes in their cells. How many? 46 chromosomes, which is called the diploid number. This is called the diploid number of the chromosomes. 46 chromosomes is the number of the chromosomes that will be present in every cell of the human body, which can also be represented as 23 pairs. So out of the 23 pairs of the chromosomes, 22 pairs are common for both male as well as female. Both male and female will have 22 pairs of chromosomes which are common, which are called the autosomes. What they are called? They are called the autosomes, and these will decide the somatic characters or the body characters, like the color of the skin or height of the person, etc., features of the body. Whereas one set of chromosomes are different in both male and female. Thus, one pair of chromosomes which are there, these are called the sex chromosomes. They are called the sex chromosomes, or they are called the allosomes. So, male and female will have same number of autosomes, which will be deciding the body characters, whereas one pair is different in both males and females. Those are called the sex chromosomes, or they are called the allosomes. And these sex chromosomes, in the case of males, they are X and Y. In the case of females, they are X and X. So, both of them are X in the case of female. So, what will happen during gamete formation? During gamete formation, the males will produce the sperms, which are the gametes in the case of males. So these sperms, which are there, the gametes, will have haploid number of chromosomes. That is, half the number of chromosomes compared to the original cell, because of the process of meiosis, which is a reduction division. So because of that reduction division, what happens in the gametes, which are sperms in the case of males, they can have 22 chromosomes plus an X chromosome, or 22 chromosomes plus Y chromosome. Remember that the gametes will have just 22 plus X or 22 plus Y. It is not 22 pairs. When you write it as pairs, it becomes the diploid number. Gametes will have haploid, that is just half of it. That is, out of 22 pairs means 44 chromosomes. But here you are writing it as just 22. That is half of 44. That is 22. So that you should be clear of. So in gametes, the number of chromosomes will be haploid. In sperms, there will be 22 plus X or 22 plus Y type of chromosomes that can be present. Either of these can be present. Whereas in the case of females, where the gamete is the ova that are released by the female will have 22 plus X chromosome always. So 22 plus X anyways, if you see any of the chromosome, if it comes into the ova, the constitution will be same, that is 22 plus X. So ova will always be 22 plus X, whereas sperm can be 22 plus X or it can be 22 plus Y. So during the process of fertilization, we know that the gametes fuse together. When the sperm fuses with the ova, you have the formation of the zygote, which will develop into the baby. So when the gametes are fusing, if the sperm containing 22 plus X chromosome fuses with the ova, which always contains 22 plus an X chromosome, the child will be a girl. The child will be a girl. So 22 plus X will give rise to a girl child. That is, in the zygote, the total constitution of chromosomes becomes 22, and 22 from here 44. X and X together will become XX. So 44 plus XX, which will be girl, or it is 46 chromosomes altogether. So like that, when you talk about the sperm containing Y chromosome, when the sperms containing 22 plus Y chromosome will fuse with the ova containing 22 plus X chromosome, it will result in formation of the zygote with 44 plus XY. 44 plus XY. So when the zygote gets the chromosomes as X and Y, it becomes a boy. Okay, so like this, there is 50% chance that the child that will be born can be female or it can be a male. So 50% chances, that is when a baby is to be born, there is a 50% chance that it can be male or it can be female. Actually, determination of sex before the birth of the baby by the doctors is also illegal. No doctor should reveal the sex of the baby before its birth. So it always remains a suspense to the parents whether the child will be a girl or a boy, and that is purely decided by the father, as you can see, because he is the one who is contributing different types of sex chromosomes in his gametes, X and Y. Okay, so the child who receives an X chromosome from father will become a girl. If the child is receiving a Y chromosome from father, it will be a boy. So like this, the sex chromosomes will decide the baby to be a boy or a girl, and there will be 50% chances that the baby that is to be born becomes a boy or a girl, depending upon what is the sperm nature, what is the genetic constitution of the sperm that is constituted there, and which is contributed by the father. Okay, so like this, it is all decided. So autosomes will decide the somatic or body characters, allosomes will decide the sex of the baby. These are the sex determining chromosomes. Okay, so male symbol is this and female symbol is written like that. Okay, so finally what you need to understand is the sex of the baby is getting determined by the male chromosomes. The male chromosomes will decide the gender of the baby, and it is not at all the female. So in many of the families, there is a stigma that female is always responsible for the gender of the child that is born. But it is a false conception. She is always put under a lot of pressure, and she is blamed for giving birth to a boy or a girl. Okay, but she should not be blamed for either of the cases, because it is the father who is actually deciding the sex of the baby and not at all the mother. So hope you understood, and it is a very, very important concept. Usually, it will be asked as an essay question, and it is very simple. Once you follow this chart, you just draw the chart and give the explanation on your own once you follow it. But do careful, with writing. When you are writing the chromosomal number, here you will write it as pairs and here you write it as number. Or if you want, you can also write it as 44 chromosomes there, and you can make it half here for your convenience, like 22. Okay, so hope you followed.